And good evening. Thank you for choosing Graphs TV and the Sicko Show. I'm your host, the Matty Man. We are live for this 3-hour SmackDown watch along tonight, and I see some people already in the building now. Thank you for being here. Coming to you live from Phoenix, Arizona, where the sun is officially still up and it's probably hot as hell there, too. And happy 2025 to people who haven't made it to my stream since Wednesday and so on and so forth. Yeah, happy 2025 to all the new viewers out there and everything. If anybody's got a birthday, just shout it out and I'll get you a birthday pop out here real quick. Mm-hmm. And we're opening up with a quick cut in from Nick Aldis. Sort of a recap of last week, but not quite fully yet. We'll see how this comes together. Consequences. All right. We're still doing the recap for Kevin Owens. Yeah, exactly. I think everybody's trying to catch a nap tonight, Catherine. Unfortunately, yeah, I signed up to do this SmackDown watch along, and I'm not going to let anybody down. I'm going to be here. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. And yeah, we'll see how all this comes together. I'm probably not getting into bed till like 4 in the morning, but I'm good with that. I'll catch a quick nap and then hop up and maybe I'll sleep late and then pop up and go ahead and do the phew, boy, my brain's already fried. Collision and then go to Wrestle Dynasty. I'm planning on doing this whole thing. I'm in it for the long haul. Yeah, when I realized that thing moved to Saturday from Sunday, and I'm like, oh my God, talk about getting caught up in the okie doke. I just walked right into it, both eyes wide open. But you know what? We're going to have some fun. And it gets dark. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, wow. 21 people already. Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow, we're starting to pack out here early tonight. That's always working for me. All right, let's see who we got coming to the ring right now. We have Cody Rhodes coming to the ring to address the WWE Universe, probably to tell him he got sucked up in the transport portal. Yeah, and I agree with that. Yeah, always get your rest, Catherine. Do what you're supposed to do, and yeah, don't slow down for that because tickets to Collision tomorrow are they're at a premium. I know that much. The good news is though, you probably be home in time for Wrestle Dynasty from Charlotte because I don't know, it's not more than about 2 hours, is it? Anyway, had to do that. I know. Well, I mean, he's Super Cody. He's Super Cody. Leaps over tall buildings, you know. Yeah, y'all enjoy those autographs because they're going to be few and far between too. But yeah, I mean that pile driver, I think it made my neck hurt worse than it made his hurt. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it now. I was streaming some stuff on the way home from something here the other week. They're calling him the quarterback now. They're calling him the quarterback. Yeah, Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah, he has that super soldier serum, like in Marvel. Yeah, that's exactly correct. I mean, he's got adrenaline. He's got adrenaline. That's what it is. He's got it in his soul. Because, oh my God, it's Cody Rhodes. Yes, he has adrenaline in his soul. It's not like that super soldier serum. It's like that special adrenaline that he's got in his soul, man. Come on now. We done heard this theme song like 8,522 times. They already tell you adrenaline in his soul. And wrestling has more than one royal family. So obviously he's king. And he's got that adrenaline in his soul. So, we got to work it that way. Oh, we got 28. We're almost at 30 already. Wow. This is pretty good, guys. I appreciate it. Damn. I really do. So let's see what we got here. As it rises from the ashes like a phoenix in Phoenix on Monday. Oh, he's not cleared to wrestle. Okay. Yeah. So. Ooh. And here comes Drew McIntyre. Just came through the transfer portal, him and Sami Zayn. Also, backstage news from WrestleVote says that they are planning a title change. There is a possibility of a title change coming on SmackDown tonight for the 3 hours. I don't know if that's a fake story they threw out there to maybe generate more viewers or not, but yeah. Yeah, Drew McIntyre stepped through the transfer portal. Him and Sami Uso, Sami Zayn, whatever you want to call him, doesn't matter. So they're expected to be showing up tonight. And like I said, WrestleVotes is reporting that there was a whole lot of last minute script changes because there is a distinct possibility that we are going to have a title change tonight on SmackDown. I don't even care what Chode's saying there. I'm just going to take it over from here because all he's going to do is talk up Drew McIntyre. And we already know, if you've been watching WWE programming for at least 20 minutes, you know who Drew McIntyre is already. So the Scottish psychopath is doing a stare down right now with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, and let's see how this thing plays out. P.S. We do have 32 viewers out there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you guys for showing up. This is going to be a good night. 3 hours of WWE SmackDown. What's up, Dev? What's up, buddy? That's kind of the part that's concerning me a little bit because I have another show that I hang out with there, Covalent TV, and a lot of times that we throw that out there like you signed on the dotted line, and I'm a little bit concerned at this point. I really am. And this is making like zero sense, except that somebody might wind up getting hurt here. But yeah, I mean, it's like I'm a little bit concerned that they may drop him off there, and this is where he's going to get a title and hang on to it. I thought they might put it on LA Knight because we know LA Knight's staying back on SmackDown. If they got Drew McIntyre, the Sammy Uso thing's probably going to be temporary because Netflix wants the Bloodline, both of them, and I have a feeling Netflix is going to get what Netflix wants. So that's just my thought on that. Oh Lord. So and obviously Drew McIntyre hit his head very hard on the door walking in. It's becoming blatantly obvious. No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Apparently, Drew McIntyre got a concussion walking in the door and is probably not medically cleared to compete on television tonight, but he'll probably fight anyway. I don't keep up with a lot of people, Dev. I don't do What Culture. I don't do Cultaholics. Occasionally, I'll stop by WrestleVotes just to see what they've got. They're blocking me right now because I made fun of one of their posts, and it needed to be made fun of. But yeah, they got good content there, and I'm one of these days they'll get over themselves and they'll unblock me again. I don't really care. That stuff ebbs and flows. When they go to clean out their list of people that oh, wait a minute, how do we block this guy? You know, that's just one of those things. They're run by so many people, it's crazy. I do follow Banger, whatever the hell his name is. I do follow his content pretty well because he's got an inside track somewhere. Um, Otherwise, though, I don't really follow a lot of groups. I mean, the big part of it is it's got to be like there's got to be like a basis of understanding that everything that happens on either promotion is not great. And I say that about AEW just as much as I do WWE. Apparently, a lot of other people they don't. They're thinking this thing needs to go on forever, and I'm like, it's bad for business. And I keep telling everybody that anybody that will listen. I'm not sure this Netflix thing's going to fly the way they think it's going to fly, but hey, if it does, more power to them. But right now, the combined numbers for Raw this past week alone were a little under 5.25 worldwide. By the time you add up all the numbers and stuff, and everybody's got this wild notion that all of a sudden they're going to go from 5.25 worldwide to 60 million worldwide, and I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think that Netflix has the same kind of wow. Yeah, pretty much. What's up, Stampede? What's up? What's up? Stampede in the house. Woohoo! Yeah. Deb, all my regulars in here now. We can have chitty chats here. So Drew's like, I'm going to stand outside the ring so you know I'm not trying to fight you. And he went right from the neck. So Cody Rhodes is now less medically cleared than he was 5 seconds ago. No, break it up, break it up, break it up. You need to recover. Now break through and jump on each other. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we got at least 13 more minutes of this. Keep it going. All right, we got 37 viewers right now. Let's see if we can get it up to 40. Hey, I mean, I'm going to be here for a very long time this week. And as much as I'm looking forward to seeing Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty, I wish they would have pushed Wrestle Dynasty to Sunday so I could actually smell like I'm going to get some sleep. But, you know, hey, it works. We'll do it. And that's how they're going to get the Winged Eagle back on the television show. Now, see, if Cody had had his neck brace on, I'm just saying. I mean, if he'd had his neck brace on, we wouldn't be here. You know, but he doesn't listen to anybody. And here comes Solo and I don't know. It looks like Cornholio and Jacob Fatu. Nah, all the streets are buzzing about that, Deb. There's going to be. They're talking about having to change up the. They're talking about they had to change up the script tonight because it looks like we are going to have a title change. And you know what? I got an idea in the back of my head, but I'm just going to keep it that way because. Yeah, and here comes Andrade. All right, Andrade Nakamura next. They have gone to a commercial break here. We are definitely going to take it with them. I'll be right back in approximately 1 minute. I did see that, Catherine. I saw that picture, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm just thinking the title change is coming right up here in the beginning of the story because Nakamura's home, and the Noah thing went as expected, and so I think there's a distinct possibility that Nakamura is not going to be champion after tonight. Just my thought. I don't know. That's my hot take. But if it's not Nakamura, maybe, just maybe, they finally do something with that briefcase before. What's coming up next? Is Royal Rumble? Is this the Royal Rumble already coming up? I mean, I can't remember which one's which anymore. I get them all confused in the back of my head. Not really, but, it's just, if it's the Royal Rumble coming up here, it might be a good cash-in moment for Tiffany, and then they can play the women's role out there, and if Tiffany wins the title, I don't see Becky Lynch. Yeah, Nakamura's match is next up. Is next. Yeah, the Nakamura match on Noah, you're probably going to get to see it. I think that you're going to get to see it. I'm not right at the moment, but I think WWE did exactly what they intended to do. They sent Nakamura to Noah with the title, and they cashed that right there. And he's back, and we're over 40 now. We're at 43. Thank you. Thank you very much. I mean, hey, let's just keep running those numbers up. I'm good with it. But all right, so they're back now. And we get to see Nakamura's entrance here, which ain't that bad, really. Looks like they spent $1 or $2 on it. But yeah, I mean, if they're gonna put the belt on Tiffany right now, it's the last shot they got to do it anyway. Because you can't do that shit during Royal Rumble. There's not going to be a place to cash in. I mean, what are you going to do? Run up there and pin her right in the middle of the Royal Rumble? I mean, what are we doing here? Hey, I think that's going to be. I don't know. I think that's a red herring right there. I really do. I think Naomi being in that match is a red herring. It's the diversion. If they don't turn this one right away, let's see here. Yeah, I'm 100% sure that Chelsea does not. Does Chelsea have the match tonight? Because they didn't bill it if she did. So, I mean, that doesn't. I think they're doing theirs at Raw, something like that. It could be, but then she would be having to dethrone Liv, and that would probably throw about 70 monkey wrenches in whatever it is they've come up with that they call creative. It's possible. I'm not saying it can't happen. All right, Nakamura just Nakamura all over the place here. Looks about right. Seems legit. But no, if they don't, if it, well, I mean, I understand that, Deb. I really do. I get it. But I'm just saying that creative is already in trouble now until Rock steps up and says what he's going to do, which is probably going to be in WrestleMania because they're talking about it way too much. And Rock doesn't need the buzz, and neither does WWE. So there's a good, solid possibility that's what's happening. But at least there is a distinct possibility that we're going to kick SmackDown off with a hell of a match here if they just take the governors off of both of them and let Nakamura work the match style that Stampede's watching right now, and let Andrade work his AEW style. You let those two guys work that style, at least we got a shot at a good match here. All right, let's see what they put together here. Nakamura's got one up on him. That definitely starts feeling like a title turn. Yeah, let's have that match. There we go. Moonsault out of nowhere. It looks like Andrade's holding his own here. It sure does. Let me turn the sound off here so we don't catch a commercial. Yeah, because that stuff won't work, and that stuff right there will not work at all anywhere else but where they're doing it right here. I mean, that's not gonna work in New Japan. It's not gonna work in Noah. It's not gonna work in Marigold. It's not gonna work in Stardom. It's not gonna work in CMLL. I mean, that stuff just doesn't work. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, plus they kept him at arm's length just enough so that it wouldn't be, if it didn't work out in Noah, if he didn't get the run they were looking for out of him in Noah, then they're still effectively distanced from him anyway. So it's not like it's hurting their credit. It doesn't hurt the company credit if he has a bad match. It just hurts his own credit. That's it. That's just pretty much it. And they know that. Meanwhile, Nakamura over here has finally gotten control back from Andrade, which, it wasn't that bad. Overall, it's not that bad. Big high knee lift there from Nakamura. He's really laying it in. He's laying the shoe leather in on this, that's for sure. But yeah, I kind of figured Omos or whatever they're calling him these days would be about the same work rate because he's big, and I mean, a majority of what they train him for is stand there, look big, look menacing, and be a badass. And occasionally everybody else that works wrestling moves, they can work with you. Yeah, he's going to be doing an extended stay in Noah. Man, they've got him up there right now. And there will be people that says that's doing good business, but I don't know. The jury's out on it for me. The jury's out on it until I see him work. I mean, I'd like to see him pick up something from Japan, because if he picked up some Japanese style to bring back to America with that size and frame he's got, I don't see why you couldn't put him in the ring with Brock Lesnar. I mean, they're obviously both very big, and they had a match, and obviously Brock actually strained all kinds of muscles trying to get through him, but he got through him. But even their work rate, it wore Brock Lesnar out. If you put a little bit of Japan in him and send him on back, that might actually be a money-making match if Brock ever comes back to WWE, which I don't know. The jury's out on that too. If he shows up at Netflix on Monday, we're going to know what's going on with that lawsuit. That's just basically it. I mean, we're going to know the details of the Janelle Grant lawsuit if he shows up on Monday Night Raw. But I think if they've got Omos over there, or Moss or whatever, if they've got him over there right now in Japan, he picks up a little bit of that Japanese style somehow, some way, somewhere, and they're back to regular stuff here. If they do that, then that might actually be something. Yeah, I know. I mean, that's the other part of it too. They've got to actually allow him to use what he's learned. That's legit point, Stampede. That really is. So Andrade's kicking up now. See, even Andrade's got adrenaline in his soul. Damn. And they got that 6-man tag tonight, too. It ought to be interesting. Please tell me for 3 hours they've got more than 4 matches. That's all I want to hear. Yeah, the federal case is basically DOA, and that I feel kind of sad about, but that's okay. I get it. I know the politics behind it. I didn't think it would go there, but it went there. So I guess a bunch of people got together and decided that an 80-year-old man going to prison wasn't a good look. So, yeah, that part's gone. The civil case proceeds, but it depends on what's in the civil case. It really does at this point. Everybody's slinging mud out there, and I don't have the paperwork, so I'm not going to pretend that I even know what's in there because I don't. I mean, all I know is what I hear, and a lot of what I hear is not reliable, so I'm just going to presume that when it comes out, it'll come out. So Nakamura is taking control of this match at some point in time now, and he is working pretty well, but he's already getting that turnbuckle so we can get a repeat. And that time it came back to bite him in the ass. A running Meteora. And not enough for 3 just yet. Oh, so this is not even for the title. Yeah. Oh, yeah, this is not even for the title. Okay, so I thought this was United States Championship match. That's what I thought this was, is what it was billed as, was it not? Not enough for 3. Back to the Speed Championship for you. That's what it sounds like to me. So what we could have is we could have Andrade going over and then make it into a Royal Rumble match for the U.S. title. We can throw the U.S. title out there. Not enough for 3 with the Judas effect. I don't know what they call it there, but that was a Judas effect right there. This is actually turning out to be the match I figured it might be, and I guess they are letting them work at least at a full 20% apiece, and it really looks good when they can show off what they know outside the company. It looks really good when they can do that. I got a feeling we're going to see the Mist here in a minute, though. That's how they're going to end this. Shinsuke blocking the suplex. We're flirting with 50. Let's see if we can get it over 50. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. Drag a friend if you got to. Let's see what we can get in here. Good Lord. Kinshasa. And that's over with now, so I guess he's not getting it. That kind of stinks. I thought this was a title match going from the start. I did not know. Let's see here. And LA Knight's up there teeing off on Nakamura right now as we speak. It's absolutely nuts. Let's see here. Almost a BFT. Nakamura getting the hell out of Dodge. Man, it wasn't a bad match. I didn't. So he's going to yeah for a few seconds here. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, yeah, Athena looked really good. That was a super good look for her. I need to go back and watch some of this stuff. I do. It was really good. I did see the jawing part. I got that part. Yeah, LA Knight didn't waste 1 second. Maybe we get that at Royal Rumble. Who knows? Hey, look, it's pretty zesty. Oh, so we might get us a match here tonight. That's what I'm hearing. Looks like we have a minor confrontation in the back. I figured they would, Stampede. That's just it. Everybody respects Nakamura over in Japan. You know they're not going to book him like they book him down here in SmackDown. All right, they're going to a commercial break. We're going to take it with them. We'll be right back, seriously, in like 1 minute, literally. We just got to take the break. Everybody that's regulars knows what's going on here. We don't want to get copyright struck or anything like that. And they scan, and I don't want to take a shot with it. They actually have hit me before, and I'm not going for that again. Sorry. We'll be right back in about 60 seconds. And I'm back. Hey, we are at 50 viewers. I just noticed that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's what I like to see. Good numbers. We get some good chats going in here. We'll have a little bit of a conversation here and there. Ariana Grace in Pretty Deadly would be kind of interesting. I don't know. You got me on that one. I got to say, you got me on that one. It's not even a question. If I think about it, yeah, it does work. It does actually work. The question is how well does it work? And I don't know. Did they work together at all in NXT? That's the good question. That way we can get a general idea of whether they could actually work well on the main roster. Because Pretty Deadly's over. I mean, they're over in their own special way, like really their own special way. And I don't know. That sounds pretty good. Wow, I'm surprised it was then. I thought it was earlier. That's a good call right there. Good call out, Stampede. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not because they're not doing a very good job of marketing, but Raw is moving to Netflix on Monday. I mean, their marketing team needs to be fired altogether here, but Raw is definitely moving to Netflix in case nobody knew. Uh, and he means thin ice. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I can see that right there too, but there's your title flip right there. There's your title flip. Streets probably heard they weren't happy with the way that went down. That's a good I don't know, this could be it too. Oh no, she's wrestling Piper Niven. No chance on that one. So yeah, I mean, now they say they got a title match with Motor City Machine Guns. That pretty much lays it out there for you. It's either going to be them or it's going to be Nia Jax. Don't get me wrong. I was very happy to see Chelsea Green get some gold because as hard as she works and as many dumb ass gimmicks as they've given her, and she's made it work. I mean, she's gone from unrecognizable to undeniable. Oh my goodness. Hey, there was a simp that brought his poster with him. That's always good. No, it's not in the Constitution, Corey Graves. No, it's not. It ain't anywhere near the Constitution. Oh God! Can somebody put a sock in Corey Graves' mouth for like 5 seconds? He's not Jerry Lawler. He's not. Never has been. Never will be. No. I jumped the gun on that. It's Meechin and Piper Niven. I know Meechin's got to wrestle again. I know Meechin and Chelsea Green are going to wrestle again, but I thought they were going to wrestle on Raw. And here comes two Hurricanranas in the back to back. Here comes a third one. That was pretty close to a Poison Rana right there if it had been backwards, but hey, we get it. And that's the end of it. And they're going back to a commercial break. We'll take it with them here real quick. I'll be back in 1 minute. And I'm back. Stampede, I don't think they're setting up anything for her to work tonight. I'm still trying to figure out how they're going to get all the originals on the same channel with Netflix. I really am, because it looks to me like they're going to trade out, at least the way I understand it at this moment, from everything I've heard and everything I've been able to decipher from the web and everything else. They want the WWE title on Netflix. They want the Intercontinental title on Netflix, and they want those tag belts that DIY are carrying on Netflix. They want to move everything else back over to SmackDown. I don't see a logical or feasible way to do that without just outright doing it. And not enough for 3. That was a hell of a face plant, though. I will say that. That was a hell of a face plant. And just a reminder tonight at either 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, I need one of y'all to give me the 411 on whether it's 3 or 2. I'm going to be there at 2 because I've heard 3, I've read 2, I've read 3, and I've read 2. Um, somebody give me a shout on exactly when Wrestle Kingdom 19 is actually going to be on Eastern Standard Time. Is it 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock? I've revised those things so many doggone times. I got to be honest with you. If New Japan keeps doing it this way, it's going to be hard for me to figure out whether I'm going to do a watch along or not, because we started off at 3 o'clock. Michin told him. Not enough for 3. I haven't yet figured out how they're going to make it happen, though. I really haven't, Dev. I know that everybody's got everything going on right now. What I know is that the fact that Drew McIntyre is down here on SmackDown is bothering me a little bit, because it looks like they're going to wind up having to build the program around him if that's where he's going to land. Not enough for 3. But I get a little bit concerned about. So that will be 3 o'clock, 3 a.m. We're going to be back at 3 a.m. for Wrestle Kingdom. That gives me an extra hour to think about things a little bit. So, I mean, I've got the layout set up. I've got everything set up. I know how it's going to look, the whole 9 yards. There shouldn't be too much of a problem. Eat defeat by Michin. And she picks up the win over Piper Niven. Michin. Wrestle Kingdom is live in 6 hours. That's 3 to there. Yeah, this 12, 3. Yeah, I can add. All right, so it is 3 a.m. And here comes Paul Heyman making his way through the building. Not walking through the metal detector because they don't want everybody to know he's packing. Got it. And, of course, we're getting the heads up for the last time is now. I don't think there's going to be a draft to it. Anything that draws is going to be on Netflix, and anything that does not draw will be on SmackDown. That's my draft prediction, with the exception of this curveball they're throwing us here with Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn. I don't think Sami Zayn's staying on SmackDown, but Drew McIntyre's got no tether to run back to in Raw, and we know good and well the Bloodline's heading to Raw. That means Sami Zayn's heading to Raw. Cody Rhodes is heading to Raw. That means the WWE title is heading to Raw, which means Gunther is probably heading to SmackDown long enough to lose the title to Drew McIntyre, and then they'll suck him back through the portal, throw him on Raw again. I think Ludwig Kaiser goes to SmackDown. Chelsea Green stays on SmackDown. Whoa, they got commercials running here. I don't want to get snapped here. I'll just hit mute on the commercials, and that'll do the same thing, because I don't really care at this point. I got I got 3 more streams to do. I'll be on my 3rd stream this time tomorrow. So yeah. Who else? For some unmistakable reason, I think that Motor City Machine Guns wind up on Raw and DIY stays on SmackDown. They retrieve the other titles that are heading there. You know, so on and so forth. And that's just it, Dev. I think what they're going to do, and I heard some people saying this today in a space, and I kind of gave it a little bit of a grain of salt because it makes sense. SmackDown will be the next level up. In other words, you will have NXT as your developmental group. Then they take their NXT people, they move them up to SmackDown to see how well they do on the main roster. The ones that do well on the main roster get moved to Raw. I think that's the tier system that WWE is developing no pun intended. And we also know that I'm not even Gabe. Just say Gabe. We do know that Gabe's going to have a show for Level Up on Peacock, where it's going to highlight some of the WWE. I can talk, the WWE ID talents and some NXT talents, and so on and so forth. So I think what they're basically setting up here, and it's just as obvious as the nose on my face, which is not as big as the nose on Triple H's face. I got to get a dig in, Trips. I know you watched it the other night, so yeah, you're getting one from me. Everything that draws. So you look at your top 10 for men and women. Actually, your top 5 women, your top 10 men. Those are going to be on Raw. Now, on the women's side, it gets a little flaky after that because it really depends on what Netflix wants. So your 5 to 10 side on that, probably going to be some people you don't expect. Those are the ones. This is where we're really going to find out who carries what, where, when, why, and how. Because there's just not another way to do it. Netflix is going to want what Netflix wants, and Netflix wants all the top sales. They want all of it. They want to give WWE the best opportunity they can to succeed on Netflix, because we all know how Netflix works, except for maybe WWE's like super fans. I don't think they have a clue as to how Netflix works. They think they're just going to walk in there and break the internet, and that shit ain't going to happen. I keep hearing this every day. I feel bad for these people because they're going to wake up at the end of Monday and they're going to be like, everything worked fine. We didn't get 60 million. Your entire global impact for Raw, according to linear television, your linear television impact for Raw this past show was 5.4 million worldwide. That's pulling the numbers from TNT, the people that do it in India, the people do it in Canada, the U.S. market, the Mexican market, and the Saudi market. All of those markets together came to like 5.4 million. And if somebody thought for even a brief skinny minute that people who watch Netflix are going to go, what's this WWE shit, and tune in, that ain't happening. It's not happening. Now, the reason AEW had a shot on Max is because they got Game of Thrones. People are into that kind of shit. It just is a fact of life. And it seems to be a fact that people are trying to overlook because they think in some crazy universe that WWE Raw is going to draw 60 million and it's going to crash Netflix. They keep making a big deal out. Y'all make sure you got your bandwidth set straight for WWE Raw, and Netflix is sitting back going, from what we can see, we're overdoing it. And that's just a fact. I mean, it's not to say that Raw is a shitty show, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's not going to draw 60 million on any planet, in any universe, anywhere. They're going to be doing good to draw 15, 20 million. And about 10 to 15 million of those are going to be casual, peekaboos. That's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be a peekaboo. And then if you do the 7-day out, that number may increase by 2 to 3 million. Then most of those are going to be curiosity seekers because we done seen every movie on Netflix. But here comes Paul Heyman now. Uh-oh, Paul's trying to Paul's getting ready to cut a promo. Camera's over here, Paul. Heyman's mad. He never repeats himself. Something's going on. Paul must have had his creative shut down. He's legit mad, by the way. I've been watching Paul Heyman for over 30 years. He's legit mad. This is a shoot. Oh, wow. When he's done, I'm going to break this down like a fraction for you. Mm. Mm-mm-mm. That was a oops. No, he ain't working me. He might be working y'all, but he ain't working me. They turned down his creative, and he's pissed. He's hit three, guys. He's hit three. He's hit three pillars here. He's got a damn trifecta. No, 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 no. He ain't working me at all, Dev. If you think anything else, he's working you. Mm-mm. Well, no, he alluded to four different gimmicks from over 15 years ago, and he just told everybody in the world that Jacob Fatu is a prisoner. Mm-mm. Now I'm gonna hold off on this. I'm gonna let it cook for a little while in my mind, and I'll drop a post about it sometime this evening or tomorrow or something. But yeah, yeah, somebody turned down his creative, and I can tell. Something kind of like that. Something kind of like that. But no, he threw in a couple of other things there that just I don't know what it is about these originals and so on. Well, not originals because there's nothing original left in WWE at all. Um, but I don't know where they're going with this last couple of shows worth of productivity here. Yeah, we had we had Seth Rollins calling AEW competition, and now we got now we got Paul Heyman just dropping little bombs all over the place, and nobody's going to pick up on him because half the people in that crowd right there don't even know what the hell he's talking about. I mean, seriously, half of the people in that crowd don't have a damn clue. I got to go back and pull it up again, but he dropped three words there that just you hadn't heard in 18 years. I'm not even lying. At least you got the town in there. There you go. That was the other part of it too, Dev. When he's cutting a promo, he's going to throw out the name of the city. Now he's in promo mode. That first 2 minutes right there was a damn shoot. That was a solid shoot too, because half the crowd ain't picked up on it yet. That was a solid shoot. But at least they finally got Solo some damn heat. That's always good. See, that's what I was trying to say. There's certain parts of that first part of that promo that just don't exist. And yeah, he shot. He shot well. He didn't work me. He didn't work me at all on that one. No, I was like, I let it go for a few minutes, and I was like, no, he's shooting. And right now, I'm having a brain fart. I can't remember what he referenced there for a second. I'll go back and listen to it here in a minute, and I'll figure out what he referenced. But he dropped 3 words in there that I hadn't heard in 18 years. I'm dead serious. No, no, he Solo's in promo form right now. But I promise you, when Paul Heyman came out and started working the mic, not a damn bit of that was a work. But see, I say this all the time. I've been watching this stuff since the 80s, WWE. I've been watching wrestling since 73. I've seen about everything you can see. No, he probably would, because he probably got jacked on his creative. They probably have creative differences in the back, and it probably has something to do with all these rewrites we keep hearing about. I think somebody came in and closed the book on something, and he ain't happy. Now we just got to figure out what they closed the book on. Because see, this is supposed to be Paul Heyman's program. Like, he's booking it, he's doing all the creative, he's doing all the writing. So when he comes out there and goes completely off the reservation and completely off the farm, I got to believe somebody reined him in, no pun intended, and they closed the book. You know. But at least, like I said, at least Solo's getting some solid heat. At least he worked it right so that Solo's getting some solid and legit heat. Don't get me wrong. No, I'm not shitting on it, but I'm just saying, wow. That was my wow moment right there. It really was. Exactly. And I think he's got a little bit of something here, but I think they closed the book on him is what it is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's there's something going on here. There's something going on in the background, and I don't know what it is yet, but I'll figure it out before the end of the show. I'm All I got to do is read between the lines on half of the WWE paid uh the WWE paid media. All I got to do is read between the lines. They're going to give you some bullshit thing about what happened here. It's going to happen. It's going to start happening probably in the next 20 to 25 minutes, especially when he just outed Jacob Fatu as being a prisoner. That's not something WWE normally talks about. I mean, I know Jacob Fatu just got out of prison before he started back to wrestling. I know that the Usos are not welcome in Canada, and it's hard to get them into Canada because of the multiple offenses, and Canadians ain't putting up with it. I know about all that. I know why they're not where they need to be. Because it's publicized in mainstream media. I mean, WWE still has that chip they played where they try to bury stuff, but he flat ass buried Solo. I'm not Solo. He didn't bury Solo, but he definitely dug about a foot of dirt just to let him know there's a hole waiting for him if he don't chill out. The other part of that is, and it's killing me because he said something. It was 3 words. It just triggered my brain. I'm like, hadn't heard that in 18 years. Why is he even bringing that up? Because nobody in the crowd knows what the hell he's talking about. I mean, some of the stuff he brought out there, nobody in the crowd, I would venture a guess that 5% of the crowd got the first 2 minutes of his promo. They just cheer because they have to cheer. They're programmed to cheer. But I'm guessing the crowd got about, maybe out of his entire promo, they got maybe 5 things out of it. Maybe Roman Reigns is going to beat Solo. Maybe Solo's going to beat Roman Reigns. They want to emphasize that Solo stole the Ulafala, and he didn't steal it. He took it by force. There's a difference. It's not like he snuck in there and took it out of a bag and ran off with it. He took it by force, which is part of the story that Paul Heyman writes. Hang on a second here. All right. I'm surprised NBC's giving them another shot, but we'll see how it works. If they get their 3.5 million this time, good on them. I mean, I'm dead serious. I mean, if they get their 3.5 million, which is the project that they've got to hit here Saturday on the 25th, yeah, they're going straight to a commercial. I'll be back in like 1 minute. We'll keep talking about this. Hang on a minute. We'll be right back. This is good shit right here. We'll be right back. And we're back. Somebody has suggested already that the titles are going to drop because they don't have their names on the side plates. Motor City Machine Guns making their way to the ring right now. Nah, Dev, I'll get back on that. Let me get the actual video for it, and I'll drop a post in the group chat tonight. I will. I'll drop something in the group chat on the three things. There, I'm just tired, and I'm a little bit stressed out because I talked myself into something here that's going to be a little bit rough, but we're going to do it. I'm going to be here for all the streams, and I'm hoping that some folks will be there. I mean, I realize it's going to be late at night. I am getting some Mountain Dew and things like that so I can make it. But for real, in all honesty, I've got so much going through my mind because I'm getting ready for the New Japan one because that's the first one I've actually done. It's going to be my first Wrestle Kingdom, Wrestle Dynasty watch along. It's going to be my first anything with New Japan in Japan. Now, I've done New Japan America a couple times because I like it. And I think I'm going to keep what I got going with this thing now because $10 a month is nothing. I mean, it's absolutely nothing to get that wrestling in here. And actually, the way I've got it rigged now, you'll actually hear some commentary. You won't see the video, but I've got it rigged so that we can actually listen to commentary a little bit when we need to. But yeah, somebody was pointing out that the tag titles don't have the side plates on them with their names, so it's a good indicator that they might be switching them. They might be putting them back on Motor City Machine Guns. I'm pretty sure that was a contractual thing, but we'll see what we get out of this. We got 57 viewers in here right now, which is absolutely awesome. Let's see if we can get that over 60. We don't have to. I'm having fun. We're having great chats as it is, but yeah, you keep telling me this, and that's not giving me the warm fuzzies, but that's okay. That's okay. I can be up till 8:30 in the morning. I can crash for 4 hours and get up and do it all over again. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun, but you know what? I'm going to have fun because that's what we're here for. But I will be doing the watch along. I will be caffeinated, which never happens. I don't drink caffeine at all. So when I do drink caffeine, it actually works. So I don't need the energy drinks or anything. I really just need a cup of coffee, but it ain't going to stay warm long enough. So I'm going with the Mountain Dew because, I haven't had a soda in 2 months. So why not? But I'm going to be up. We're going to be up. We're going to be active. We're going to be there for it. That's the bottom line. We're going to be there. Yes, I'm really going to be live, Dev. I'm really going to be live for Wrestle Kingdom. I'm going to be live for Wrestle Dynasty, and I'm going to be live for Collision tomorrow too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's just we're going to have a good time. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to show up and don't really care. I said I'd do the stream and I'm doing it. So 5 hours and 25 minutes last year. And they got a boatload of matches on that card. I'm just sitting there going, yeah, this is going to be speaking of Suicide Dive. I know, Stampede. We trying to get there. It's old folks here, older folks, so to speak. We showed up for work with a wristband from the club on our wrists. So I mean, at least when I was, I think when I was in my 40s, it was absolutely hilarious. I went to a club, showed up, left the club, and went to work and worked all day, and then came home, went to bed. But yeah, I mean, we do these things. It's okay to do once a month. I'm not doing it every day, but I mean, I'll be doing the New Japan. I'll be doing the New Japan here. I think it's next week. I'm gonna be doing that one as well. They got one coming up in February I'm interested in over in Defy because they got Ricky Starks showing up there. Of course, they were smart enough not to let him get within 100 miles of a mic. But that match feels like it's going to be good. that match just feels like it's going to be good. But yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. But yeah. No, I'm really going to be live. I'm really going to be here. I hadn't watched Noah. Have not watched Marigold, and I have not watched Stardom. I will have watched New Japan and WWE and AEW within the same 24-hour period, which I think is absolutely just diabolical work. But it is what it is, man. It really is. But no, like I said too, and I hadn't even mentioned yet. Right after this show here, Covalent TV is going to be taking over with their live review, and that's going to be a couple hours too. I'm going to be there for that as well. So I mean, it's like I don't know. This is going to be my wrestling WrestleMania weekend, I guess. I had one of those about 3 months ago where we did like 6 events. No, I'm sorry, we did 9 events because it was that bumping. I did some GCW, I did some Defy, I did some New Japan, Maple Leaf Pro I did, and WWE, and all that stuff was happening in the same weekend. It was crazy. I had 2 TVs going and a tablet. I had 3 different shows going at one time, watching all 3 of them. So, yeah, I mean, we've done this. It's just been a couple of months, and I think I can only do this about every 2 months. I don't think I could do this even once a month. But, I mean, consider it kind of like a pay-per-view or a plea. I mean, we're doing basically plea-level work or pay-per-view work when we're doing 3 streams in a row. I mean, this one here, then I'm jumping over to New Japan, getting a couple hours of sleep, jumping back into Collision, jumping back over to New Japan again. I'll have 4 streams under my belt by, say 4 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Then I'm going to pass out and die for like 10 hours. That's basically how it's going to go. You know? That's just how it's going to be. We're going to have a good time, though. We are definitely going to rock and roll this thing. We are an hour and a half into this thing now. We got an hour and a half to go of it. And I have a sneaking suspicion they want to send DIY up to Raw. Not necessarily for enhancement talent, but for maybe piss breaks. I don't know. Because they are bringing the commercials with them, too. And it's... I don't understand people who don't read the fine print on anything. When I signed up for Max, I knew there was going to be commercials throughout. Now, my only complaint with AEW on Max, and I hope they fix this by the time Collision rolls around, is they're not doing picture-in-picture on Max. So a lot of these fans are missing out on the actual experience with it. So I would like to see picture-in-picture go with it, but, you know, hey, maybe that's not in the contract. Who knows? But I literally saw people bitching and moaning on Twitter that they paid for no commercials and they still had to see commercials. Wait till you get to Netflix. And they're talking, there is a rumor that it's going to be a 4-hour show. So it's going to kick off at 8 p.m. Eastern and not be done till midnight. There is a rumor that this is a 4-hour show. And I'm just like, nah, dog, I'm good. But I'll be signing up for Netflix because, you know, it looks like they're going to have a decent card. And plus, I mean, it's not fair to y'all if I don't do it. If I don't do a watch along and things like that, it's not fair. A lot of y'all show up and we have a good time. We enjoy all this. I mean, we enjoy doing this. We enjoy chatting. I enjoy doing all that stuff. And I think it's just not cool to just throw a show away because of Netflix. But now, just in case WWE hadn't figured out, this brings my cable bill up to about $115 a month. So, I mean, we all need to consider a few things here now. I'm just pointing that out. Because I actually do pay for what I watch. I always like to put a little money back in there. Even with WWE, I know they're a financial juggernaut, but I'm supporting the wrestlers by actually doing it that way. They are teeing off on Johnny Gargano, and I hate the fact that I think if they lose, he's the one that's going to eat the pin. If they lose, he's the one that's going to eat the pin. And that sucks because Johnny Gargano is actually a genuinely good wrestler. He's a genuinely nice guy, and he'll genuinely job when he needs to. Tommaso Ciampa, not so much. It was okay. We're sitting at 57 viewers right now. Let's see if we can get it over 60. Like, comment, share, tell a friend to tell a friend. I have Peacock for at least 5 more minutes, but if they don't start putting together Better Please, that's the one that's going to. Actually, I think what's going to wind up going away is Paramount Plus because they are doing nothing for me right now, and they canceled Blue Bloods, so to hell with them. So that's going to be the one that I drop for Netflix, Max, and everything else. You know, I've got, and see, plus I've got Triller. I've got the year-long subscription to Triller because it's friggin' $79 for a whole year. And right now they've got 2 shows playing on there that if I weren't doing this watch along, I'd be watching those. I'm not even lying. But yeah, they've got good stuff on there. I thought about doing IWTV, but that was $100. But then I signed up for New Japan and I signed up for Ring of Honor Honor Club. Damn. That was some good chain wrestling. Did WWE see that? Thou shalt not chain wrestle. That's Austin 316 plus 1. Thou shalt not chain wrestle on a WWE event. It's the run-in. Wow. Not enough for 3. And I don't think we needed main roster fuckery for all this. Like, if I was sitting up and I said, you know what, they ought to turn Los Gardos face, that somebody was sitting back there with the book going, let's turn them face just for shits and giggles. SDF's on both of them. And there's your DQ. Nia was good run while it lasted. All right, we've got that's exactly what I just said right there inside Dev. I said the exact same thing. Yeah, I know Motor City Machine Guns. They were chain wrestling, and they went back to the book of Austin 317 that says, "Thou shalt not chain wrestle in a WWE event, or else you will get DQ'd." You will follow the program or we will shut this fucking match down. That's basically what they're saying. So we got Nia Jax and we got Naomi. That's the only title left on the line here. Well, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not exactly hating on Nia Jax's run because they took what she was not good at and they didn't emphasize it. If this happens to be her last night as champion, I would like to publicly say that it's a dumb idea to put the title on her right now. And of course, they are going to a break. We will take it with them. I'll be right back in about 1 minute. You know why we're doing it, so I'll be back. And I absolutely would not disagree with you on that, Stampede. You are correct. You are correct. You are correct. Sammy Uso running around now. See here.
Hey, last week, let's talk about what happened. You know what happened. If your boy Braun Strowman didn't get his nose involved in our business, it would have been nothing. Hey, hang on a second. The last thing I remember, you're about 2 seconds away from catching a kick to the face and you ran away. No. Hey, man, I was getting the game plan. That's what I was doing. But look, you and your boy Braun Strowman can get this work. And we can spin the block anytime you want. We got a problem.
All right. One thing I did notice here too is the numbers came in for AEW Dynamite 588. 588K for Dynamite on Wednesday night. Not a bad number. I know we were watching it live and I was on Max, so yeah, comb your hair. Oh my God. Yeah, Nia Jax is the poster child for nepotism, but I don't like to say certain things a certain way because it makes people mad, but even sometimes the truth does. That's cool. You can leave anytime you want to. Have a good one. Yeah, you can get out. Bye. See ya. Don't need that energy in my stream, okay? I don't talk crap about WWE. And you know what? I don't need that in my stream. So I can fix it or you can leave. Have a good day. Anyway, yeah, I mean, she does do good on. What happened to Rampage is it's showing on Fox Mexico. So you can leave now. Bye. Bye. Have a good day. Mm-hmm.
You okay? Okay. Are you? Because here's the thing. You're the one who talked me into this ladder match at the Rumble. And now you seem to be hell bent on not making it.
There we go. Rampage is doing about as good as you are, sir. You're gone. Have a good day. I told you to leave. Could have left. You didn't leave. Have a good day. Anyway, moving right along. So we are working on that right now, and you know what? Hey. What happened to Rampage is it's gone to Fox Mexico. In case anybody's asking any more dumbass questions, it's gone away in the United States, but as part of the package, it goes to Fox Mexico. So they still have matches at least for another couple of months there. It just got shut down here because Warner Brothers didn't really want it. They didn't want that extra hour, and they didn't want to have it on television tonight competing with SmackDown going to 3 hours. They don't want it to compete like that. They're not in the mood anymore. They're just not bothering with this crap. But yeah, I mean, she embodies a great heel performance, but I mean, it's just one of those things that is what it is. Let's see here. Yeah, we packed him up. He's gone. He went away. Anyway, are they going to the... What are we going to do with the last hour? Are you trying to tell me that... Okay. I wish I'd have left him in here for a minute so he could explain this dog shit booking to me. Why in the world do you have a world title match at the tune-up and you still got another hour to go, dog? See, he'll be back in here in a minute with some stupid thing, so I figure I'll throw that out there anyway. So yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess we're definitely doing the Naomi Nia Jax match. I would have thought that. So apparently the Bloodline is going to be the main event. I guess I don't know, but yeah. And I don't have time for shit like that. That dude can go suck it. I don't really care. So I mean, it is what it is. And I know it's a burner account, and I know it's the guy that I booted last week. So, I mean, keep making burners. I'll keep kicking the motherfuckers out, okay? Tell your mama she loves you and get out. Bye. See ya. It's pretty much how I look at it. And they are going to a break yet again because what would this show be without commercials? All right. So, we're waiting for that to pop on through there. So, anyway, how's everybody else doing? Oh man, trolls, I love them. I really do. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about, since they're not officially on a commercial, it is one of those things where why in the world do they have her on like it show's ending at 10 o'clock? Yeah, they are going to a commercial break now. I'll be back in approximately 60 seconds, okay? Be right back. And I'm back, and we've hit 60 viewers. And amazingly enough, we're still holding on to 60 viewers. Even as I pack a troll up, we still got 60. Yeah, I had to just take a minute, just take a deep breath, and just recollect myself because I refuse to be triggered by an idiot. I really do. And I was trying to be nice, and I was like, well, that's fine. I don't shit on WWE on this show. And I don't. And I actually don't. I treat this as a fan. All my watch alongs, I treat them like a fan. I don't get surgical with it, except for the fact that I just think that, I don't know, having the world title match with an hour and 15 minutes left to go of the show and pretending like this 6-man tag is somehow the main event in a world title match isn't. Critically speaking, way to bury the title, guys. Way to bury it. Yeah, that's good job. That's a real good job. The world title match is a curtain jerk to the Bloodline. Just so y'all know that. So, I mean, and that's the only analysis I'm giving to this right now because I'm with you, Dev. I'm over it. I'm over it. 4 years is long enough. I mean, this is not long-term storytelling anymore. It is creatively bankrupt. I mean, it just is what it is. So, I mean, it is what it is. And I still enjoy Raw, and I still enjoy the talent that I see working. The machine though is just like the machine is just like working overtime here. I don't know if what they're trying to do right now isn't to devalue certain things so that when they move it, they can build it. I'm not sure where they're going with this, but having a world title match kicking off at 10 minutes to 10 and you still got another hour to go, this is diabolical work right here. This is absolute diabolical work. So that tells me where the title change is getting ready to happen, and nobody's seen Tiffany. So Dev, you might, but she does have the nameplates on her title, so that's throwing everybody off now because obviously the Motor City Machine Guns didn't win the title when DIY didn't have their nameplates on the title. So this is one of those nights where I wish I had a drink, but I can't do it because I'm going to be streaming until, probably a good 8:30 in the morning. No, you're never going to get payoffs out of that. That's never going to happen. You're not getting any Dwayne payoffs. You're not getting any of that. You're not. They've literally got 2 more weeks to figure out if Dwayne's going to show up or not. After that, they've got to assume he ain't coming. I mean, at some point in time, you got to open your eyes and go, this ain't happening. And the problem with that is the Bloodline fans are going to go crazy and they're going to scream. Then they're going to have to pivot back to that. So the question is, what exactly are we going to sacrifice for this storyline? Lillian Garcia up there working her ass off trying to play this up. No, I can't do that. I got to do New Japan. I thought about it, and then I'm like, no, I got to do New Japan. There will not be any libations for any of these streams because it's a good thing we didn't have libations, or I probably would have not been able to collect myself fast enough, and I probably would have dropped CS like a bad habit because I'd have cooked him. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, no, this ain't the time. This ain't the place. I'll run into him in another stream. He'll have his next burner account will be around on Monday, I'm almost sure. Because if you're logging into a WWE, all I did was just say, oh, by the way, the numbers are out for Rampage. They did 588, which is about 88 more than anybody thought they were going to do because of Max. They figured everybody was going to try it out on Max, and people were feeling comfortable with 450 to 500. The fact they did 588 is a damn good showing, but it also says that not a whole lot of people jumped from linear television to Max. So I don't know. There's a lot in there. There's a lot to unpack in that number. There really is. And I'm going to break one other thing here. I'm going to go ahead and give you a hot take for this Netflix debut. If they don't do 30 million, you're going to be hearing the next week about people being fired. Okay? Because I know he's ninja watching right now, and I don't even have to worry about this. This is going to happen. If they don't do at least 30 million on that initial stream, they're going to fire everybody that put this deal together. You're going to hear about it within the next month. Kind of like you heard the president of CW stepping down after NXT didn't deliver 1.6 million. That was a hard number that y'all didn't even know about. NXT is never going to deliver 1.6 million on linear television. It ain't ever going to happen. But somehow this president convinced everybody that $28 million wasn't a bad deal, and they getting the same treatment that USA's getting. So it is what it is. If you understand television, I worked for it was partially Comcast, but I worked for Spectrum, and Time Warner Cable for over 12 years, and I handled a lot of these media deals and a lot of negotiations and things like that. I was right there in the middle of them. I know how they work. I mean, and here we go to another commercial again because we don't have enough of them. But I'm going to go ahead and just mute the commercial. I don't think they're going to ride by and check me out. But I mean, the reality of it is, while they're on a commercial break there, if anybody thinks that the president of CW just randomly decided to take a powder literally 2 weeks after NXT debuted on CW, you got blinders on. They told him you can either leave or be fired because it was a dumb deal and they didn't have the 28 million or 25 million they gave out to spend. They spent money they didn't have. They don't have fuck you money like USA does or Netflix or any of that stuff. They don't have that kind of money. So that's what happened to the president of CW. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, that's exactly what happened. And I'm telling you, if Netflix doesn't do 30 million on Monday, you're going to see 5 people get fired because they spent $5 billion on this project. And if it doesn't draw 30 million viewers for that initial show, it's not going to draw 60. It's just physically impossible. Unless they find, let's see, let me do the math. If they can find 56 million casual viewers with absolutely nothing to do on a Monday night in Europe, France, or in Europe, Australia, if they can find 56 million viewers who will have to alter their sleep schedule ridiculously to make this happen, then they'll be okay. I wish them the best of luck on that. Charlotte Flair should be back around the Netflix show. If not the Netflix show, she's definitely going to be back by SummerSlam. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. You know, that's a spoiler. If she's not there Monday, she'll definitely be back the week before SummerSlam. If it's my understanding from what I've heard, and I cannot do the source thing because I'm just not going to, the current plan is to have her be in the Final Four, not SummerSlam, Royal Rumble. The current plan right now, they've got her to the Final Four. They're just trying to work out the differences and basically the creative differences they're going to have for that. But they've got her in the Final Four, and I have her winning it. So, yeah. So I'm thinking she's going to be back as a pop-up appearance or one of the returns, if you will, on Raw, because she's definitely going to be captured by Raw. They're not going to put her in 100 miles of SmackDown. But I do believe this is how they're going to get the SmackDown title, the Women's WWE Championship. That's how they're going to get it over to Raw. Because Tiffany's definitely going over. Tiffany is a draw. And I don't have to like the performance to respect the fact that they're a draw. There's a lot of people in there that draw that I can't figure it out. But it's not for me to figure out. Somebody else is spending money. And they're back. They're back. Sidewalk slam, if they still call it that. Not enough for 3, though. Okay, what exactly is the frustration? Your finisher is a second rope drop down and sit, smile, and wave. So why are you not surprised? I mean, why is she not surprised that didn't finish? But, it is what it is. We're at 62 viewers, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. For all the viewers that kind of hang out and they just do their thing, that's cool. Keep doing that. Yep. That's something. That's something. That's something else. I tell you what, Dev, go back and watch. Now that they've got it on Max, go back and watch those first couple of pay per views with the Bucks in it. Especially that second one. I just got through the second one earlier today because work sucked and I wanted it to run in the background. I didn't get it either. I really didn't until I saw those matches. And when I saw those matches, I'm like, okay, I get it. I understand it. Still not the biggest fan of it, but I understand the people that mark out over it. I get it. I really do. But it took a little bit to get to it, but I figured it out. But yeah, yeah, that's the thing about it. And plus the Bucks are like the Bucks are special. I'm just going to leave it that. I'm going to leave it at that. They cut an interview that I'm surprised they still have jobs. I'll just put it to you that way. I'm legit surprised that Tony didn't just cut them loose. No, we're getting ready to get into a title race, and yeah, I think they should. I think they should shake it up, Stampede. I think they should shake it up and have Charlotte going after a title. We know Charlotte's going after a title. We don't have to think about it. Got the fruit roll up. Not enough for 3. Big clothesline. And not for nothing, but Nia Jax has lost some weight. I mean, she's not as, and those aren't girdles, so she's lost some weight. Yeah, the best of 7 trios matches. I haven't gotten to all of them yet. Not enough for 3 yet. I haven't gotten through all that far yet, but yeah, the Bucks are literally like they once I got to see it, like I said, Dev, I understood it. When I saw some of the old stuff and I understand the commentary on them now, which Bucks are going to show up, the ones that feel like doing that or the ones that just feel like phoning it in. So I get the commentary about them. No, you can't have her out there. You need her inside. This ain't going to work. But yeah, I mean, the whole thing of it is the Bucks are okay. I mean, now I understand the commentary though about which Bucks are going to show up for the match because now I've seen the Bucks work. What in the hell? Not enough for 3 though. Naomi and But yeah, I mean, it is what it is there. What is that? Oh, that. Okay. Got her hung on the tree of woe. I would have given them bonus points if they'd have said that while we're alluding to 18-year-old ideas. And Naomi kicks out. The Briscoes are always going to be the number one tag team in my mind, and I'm sorry if people think the Usos are it, or if they think the Bubba and Devon, the Dudley Boys. See, I would go Briscoes, Bucks, early Hardy Boys, Motor City Machine Guns, FTR. Tully and Arn is hard to put at 5. I have a hard time keeping them out of the top 3, but I understand. Their style wouldn't work these days, and it obviously showed at WrestleCade. Tornado DDT. But it's not enough for 3. Man, you almost knocked the weave up. Yeah, the Usos, they crack my top 10, but it's deep, like it's a 10. If anything, they would barely make it just because they gave them that many tag team runs. Actually, okay, they're in my top 20, along with the New Day and stuff like that, because the New Day worked well enough with people that they put the titles on them, 8, 9, 10 times too? So, I mean, the New Day worked with people well. The Usos worked with. Not enough for 3. Nia Jax is in a little bit of trouble here. But I mean, like, I don't know, man. Stampede, I'm right there with you. Another commercial. This one I'm going to have to take because I skipped the last one. I'll be right back in 1 minute, and then we'll keep this going. I like this conversation. I like where it's going. And I'm back. And free plug for some of us older guys around here. Shout out to Hey Dudes for shoes. They have them at Belk's. That's one of Belk's top end lines there. Shout out to those. They're actually damn comfortable. So, and it's the only thing apparently my hamstring injury tolerates is these shoes. So, I got a hamstring injury just walking. been trying to do that healthy thing now where I get out and walk a couple of miles a day and all that stuff because I want to do that early. I don't want to be the 80-year-old dude trying to walk 5 miles and show everybody I still got it. You know, I want to be to the point of where I still got it, you know? And yeah, these shoes are stupid comfortable. So Blockbuster, not enough for 3. Nia Jack's been eating a lot of pin attempts in this thing. I'm really starting to think that it makes sense if Tiffany cashes in tonight. I can make it make sense in my head, so I'm not as mad as I would be. But yeah, I mean, it's like, what in the world? Oh, uh-oh. All right, Candice LeRae is, ma'am, not appearing in this segment anymore. All right, Belair is, ma'am, not appearing in this segment anymore. Whatever this is, I'm going to give Nia her flowers if they do some kind of power move here because this is not easy what they're doing. And Naomi countered in midair. Yeah, shout out to Nia Jax. And here comes Tiffany Stratton. No, she changed her mind again. Well, so it's official. That story was put out to be a distraction. What is that thing on Nia Jax's head? That's the question. There it is. There's the face turn. Now she's going to cash in. There's the ruse right there. Okay, well. Bam! Cash the hell in already. Get the bell. Bam! And it's Tippy time. There's your cash in. They swerved me too. Don't worry about it. I got swerved too. And that's how they're going to get the title over to Netflix, by the way. Just figured I'd throw that one out there. That's how they're going to get the title over to Netflix there. Now, the question is, did they turn her face or did they not turn her face? That's the question. She got her back to somebody here. Yep, we have a brand new WWE Women's Champion live and in living color here on SmackDown. Tiffany, that was a double swerve. I didn't think they had the guts to book it when they started the fuck finish there. I'm like, they don't have the guts to book it. You could have had it all, Dev. You could have had it all. But right now it's Tiffy time. Tiffy time. All the Tiffy stands are going, yay! But that's how they're going to get the title over to Netflix, because Tiffany is going to Netflix. So that's a guarantee. She is a top seller. She's going. So, and they're going to commercial. I'll be right back here in just a second. We'll be back in 1 minute and we'll figure it out. And I'm back. Commercial's still going there. Can't help that. But yeah, I got a video for everybody here. No, I don't. I don't. I dropped it somewhere else. I'm not going to drop it. I'm not going to drop it somewhere else here. I'm not going to drop it in the stream. Everybody will lose their shit. I'll be honest with you, Deb. We're going to find out a lot on Monday. There's been a lot of talk that Rhea re-signed. We're going to find out on Monday if she re-signed. Because if she does not win the title, it's a good indication she is not re-signed. And that will be 2 title matches she's ate to live. She ate one at the PLE. She ate a pin at the PLE. If she eats a pin here, then we're going to just have to assume they're still talking contract here, because it would be foolish to let Rhea not be champion. No, it doesn't make up for the. No, it was a good moment. I mean, I'm actually happy for Tiffany because every podcaster on the planet had her as not cashing in or a failed cash in, or some people even had her going to fucking NXT to cash in. So I think everybody on the planet there needs to go, well, we missed that one. And to be honest with you, I was starting to buy into it because of the way the Survivor Series blunder was just won. They had a dozen opportunities to do this thing correctly. I think they're just dotting their I's and crossing their T's, but I'm 100% sure that's how they get the title there. Now, I could be wrong on that. You know what? I'm the first person to say that some of this stuff is an opinion. Some of the stuff is a spoiler. But I am 100% sure that they would much rather have Rhea as a champion. And Monday's going to tell us everything that we need to know. And the sad part of it is I hadn't figured out how they're going to get the world title to SmackDown. They don't have an avenue right now. They don't have an avenue to do it. Yeah, I mean, if they could get rid of that, see, this is WWE booking, okay? For us old timers, Stampede, you and I, we're both old timers. Tiffany Stratton was trained in Minnesota. She was trained in the exact same place Ric Flair was trained. Now, not by the same people, because obviously Vern Gagne ain't doing that anymore. But Greg Gagne still got the school open. So she was literally trained in the exact same place. Ric Flair bled and sweat in the exact same place that Tiffany Stratton was trained. That's when I actually started respecting her, because I respect the school. You know? Why on God's green earth is WWE afraid to say Minnesota Wrecking Crew? Why are they afraid of it? The NWA is not even going to come near them. I mean, Billy Corgan, this is a vanity project for him. I'm convinced that the NWA is a vanity project. He just likes wrestling. For everything they say Tony Khan does, Billy Corgan actually does. And Billy, I don't give a shit if you hire me or don't hire me, okay? I really don't. I mean, I really don't. I like the NWA. I like that it's at least afloat. I like that you're bringing back territory projects, but you don't have it. You never had it. And here's a hint. You're taking a brand that is way much older than anything we're looking at right now, and you're throwing it in the mud. But that notwithstanding, what are they afraid of by looking at Tiffany Stratton and saying, you know what? You were trained in Minnesota. It was a built-in story. Oh, all right. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. My, how far we have come from those MLW promos. My. How many stratospheres we have gone from those MLW promos that actually made me like him. I mean, God, I got a fucking family to feed, bitches. Well, how far have we come from this? Okay? Hey, Zilla. Hey, Oos. I hope you're watching this because this is your future. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, Stampede. But the fact that she was trained in Minnesota, the fact that she was trained by Gagne, the fact that Ric Flair was trained by Vern Gagne, that story. There are stories that just write themselves, and then there's ones you actually have to work at. Now, for people wondering about Charlotte Flair, this is a perfect setup. I don't say this very often about WWE, but this one right here is so obvious. Even a blind squirrel could find it once, you know? And we're going to yet another commercial. Please stop doing this. Yep, we'll be right back. They're definitely going to do a commercial. I'll be back in 1 minute. And I'm back. Yeah, I mean, the Royal Rumble is in Saudi this year. I didn't think it was in Saudi this year. Is it in Saudi? I ain't been paying attention to where they're dropping please. I just show up. That's all there is to it. I just really don't know. I'm legitimately asking. I don't know. And by the way, if no one knew, because they haven't done a real good job of marketing, but Raw is coming to Netflix on Monday. And they're doing a post-show press conference. So yeah, that thing's gonna last for damn ever.
He wanted to know what the reason was that I just attacked Shinsuke Nakamura. He wanted to know why I did that. That's exactly why I did that. The reason I did that is because Nakamura saw fit to come on out and blindside me every chance he could, take advantage of my back turned every time he could. Right in and got his U.S. championship, didn't he? What you do, my man. Every time I see Nakamura, he will get his head stomped in until I get what I want. That's what I want. Next week, it goes down. U.S. Championship, Nakamura, LA Knight, it's going down. And then from there, I set my sights on the Royal Rumble and taking my place, my rightful place in the main event of WrestleMania. This 2025 is going to roll, my man. And anybody who gets in the way of that train getting smacked back to factory settings. That is just a fact of life. Yeah.
See, they ought to I don't see why in the world they're going to put a title on. Don't take this the wrong way, but if they're going to put a title on Damian Priest, they're going to put the world title on Damian Priest. They can put the world title on LA Knight because he's got better mic skills. He can talk you in the building. And I don't think he did that bad. See, that's what I thought. I thought because I know a couple of people that are going to the Royal Rumble, and I may, we haven't figured all this out yet. There's some stuff going down right now that I wish I could talk to you about, but I got to make sure that I get all the I's dotted and the T's crossed by Monday. And here comes the Yeet Master himself through the crowd, Sammy, I think I'm an Uso, and Jimmy Jam bringing up the rear here. I like this coming through the crowd part. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I said, like I told the other idiot that was in here trolling, I don't particularly shit on WWE. At least not during a live watch along, and I don't shit on them when I do a review. I think everybody figured that out already. I give an honest review. This is good. This is very good. And Jey Uso actually physically getting in the crowd is not a bad thing. Especially since most of them guys up there in the nosebleeds are paying $95 a ticket for a bird to shit on them. So at least give them a little bit of something. Saudi is 2026, and hopefully they'll figure out how horrible that setup is. And I mean, they got fuck you money. Why not just give the Saudis back their money and say, it's been fun, but I mean, yeah. Has there been a good Saudi show? Ask yourself that. Name one. And if everybody says King and Queen of the Ring, okay, no. But anyway, that show is phoned in on 8 different stratospheres. And that's the bottom line. I mean, half the stars can't go there because of their police records, which means they got to piecemeal it together. I don't know how they're going to do a Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia when there's at least a dozen or more that can't even get in the country. I mean, you what are you going to do? Get local talent to fill the ring? Like the Saudi show would be, okay, random Saudi jobber coming down in entry number 5. That's both sides. I mean, both sides. A lot of people have problems getting into Saudi, which is why I never understood why they would do a major PLE there unless the Saudi prince has agreed to let some of these performers in the country that otherwise wouldn't make it. I don't see the point in doing any major PLE in Saudi Arabia. But, that's just me. Here's a hot take. Jey Uso would make a better tribal chief than Solo Sikoa. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, Dev. I mean, it's not even just that. I mean, you always get shitty women's matches because they're not used to working in complete, like, head-to-toe coverage. Like, they're not even showing their damn wrists. And I think if they could, they'd put a veil on them. It's just not a good atmosphere for women's wrestling. It's just not working. Now, it works for Nia Jax because she wrestles fully clothed anyway. The people who do that regularly, they wind up shining on that show because it's just the way they work anyway. But yeah, I mean, all right, yeet there. See, I'm even giving it a yeet. Oh my God, what is Sammy doing in the make it stop? Oh my God. Y'all let me know when Sammy stops doing that fucking stupid dance. Oh my God. And they got Charles Robinson in here too. You know this is going to be a fuckfest match. This is going to be crazy. And you say, why do I say things like this? Because Charles Robinson actually wrestled a match before. One of the groups picked that up and they threw that out there. I thought it was absolutely hilarious because it was right under one of Bischoff's posts. Y'all stop it with the Sami Zayn stuff. He is not down. Okay. All right, so it looks like we got a 20-some minute match that we're going to have to deal with here, and Jacob Fatu is probably going to wrestle 18 of those minutes, and Cornholio, who's currently in the ring right now, Cornholioing. So we got all 6 guys in the ring. Looks like we're going to brawl. The bell rung, Corey. And we're probably going to another commercial. Yes, we are, and I'll be back in exactly 1 minute. Thanks. And I'm back at least, even if we're still watching commercials. I'm going to be interested in Stampede's rating of SmackDown tonight. I really am. I'm interested where you at, brother. You got to tell me because I'm at a 4 right now. I'm at a 4, and the only reason I'm at a 4 is because Tiffany Stratton cashed in. And that's the only thing. I'm glad they finally got that off her back and she can actually go do character development and so on and so forth. But yeah, I'm going to be interested in Stampede's ranking of SmackDown. And they're back. And the scary part of it is the best wrestler in this match, it just is getting ready to leave. Jacob Fatu is the absolute best wrestler in this match. And now here comes Cornholio. Y'all wonder why I call him that? I even made a video of it. And everybody kept telling me, Gorillas of Destiny, Gorillas of Destiny, Gorillas of Destiny. There's your Gorillas of Destiny right there. I told you they were mid cards. Oh my God. That was the other thing that Paul Heyman said. That was basically what Paul Heyman was saying in that promo when he first started cutting it, is basically he went out and found a couple of mid-carders. So he was burying them. And Jacob Fatu was definitely not a mid-card. Not even, no. Jacob Fatu is a main event wrestler. He was ready when he walked in the door, except he doesn't know the WWE style. That's the only thing, and he still doesn't get it. I mean, he doesn't have the WWE style that well, which makes him a good hot tag. I don't think they're keeping her on SmackDown, Dev. That's the whole thing about it. I said that's what I was saying earlier. I was like, that's how they're going to get that title over to Netflix. And one of the things that tells me is that maybe, just maybe, the only other ROI I can see is maybe they put the title on Rhea and send her down to SmackDown to anchor SmackDown. Maybe they send her Star Power. Maybe that's where I'm trying to figure out, because they've got to have something to hold the ratings. They got to have something to hold the ratings on SmackDown. And right now, if they move the entire Bloodline, which is the plan is to move the entire Bloodline to Raw. That leaves an empty building right there, because they have built all of SmackDown around the Bloodline. You know, Tama Tonga is kind of grown on me, but I still call him, Tama Tonga, he's the guy I call Cornholio. But I'm just saying he's not going to be there. That's the whole thing of it. They're all going to be up on Raw. So I don't know. It was, I've been saying for a long time that WWE has put way too much stock in the Bloodline. And now the one thing that does keep their show in the 1-5s is getting ready to go to Raw. So without the Bloodline on this show, and we've seen some of the numbers that came without Roman Reigns and without the blood. And if you don't have the whole Bloodline on this show, that's where we figure this stuff out, Dev. That's the part where we figure this stuff out. WWE is going to have to put a hard line down at some time, at some point in time. WWE's got to have a hard line with this. They've got to say, look, we can't totally leave SmackDown with nothing but spare parts. We've got to put a star on there. And we know the Judgment Day is going to Raw. Judgment Day is definitely going to Raw for some unexplainable, ungodly reason. Even Netflix sees value in the Judgment Day Clubhouse segments, and those are getting old quick. But even Netflix is trying to find some value in those segments. So, I mean, there's not really going to be a faction left. That's the whole thing. There's not even going to be hardly a faction in SmackDown at all when they get done with this parting out for spare parts move they're doing. Wow. And I have to give the Samoans and Tongans their flowers, because they are tremendously athletic, even if they're big. So I get it, but I'm trying to figure out where SmackDown's going to be after this whole Netflix move. A spinning solo. Yeah, I mean, I can see myself watching. I can see myself appreciating SmackDown a lot more, because people are actually going to have to get in there and work. You don't have the crutch of the Bloodline to bail you out every single fucking show. I get it, but I don't get it. At the same time, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how the lay of the land's going to look. That's the big piece of it. I'm just trying to figure out how the lay of the land's going to look. Yeah, I mean, it's the ones that basically everything that's going to be left on SmackDown is the ones that Netflix goes, we can't make money with this. And WWE's going to kowtow to it. And they're like, no, you can't make money with this. So we need to move them down here, which is part of why I think they've been devaluing Rhea Ripley for so long. And they have been devaluing her. Whether you realize it or not, I think they've tried to put her in a position where Netflix will go, well, man, she's losing. You know, it could. There's a good thought, Dev. But I mean, it's like, I mean, Tama Tonga, when they worked in New Japan, I mean, come on, man. When the Gorillas of Destiny worked in New Japan, I saw that. Now I've been ninja watching New Japan whenever I could on Axis and things like that. Hikuleo, I saw a Hikuleo match over there. Oh, okay. I will. Let's check it out and see what we got here. I'm happy to check stuff out. Let's go here. Oh, okay. Two of those I looked at, Dev, are just not happening. Two of those, Ricky Starks has still got 11 months left on his contract, and Tony's going to make him ride that out. So that is definitely not happening. See who the other one was. Joe Hendry is clearly under contract with TNA, but the only way that really happens is if WWE forces their hand. And I think that they're not really to make a move on that just yet. They could. Now, Jordan Grace, on the other hand, Jordan Grace, I think, is going to wind up being on SmackDown. I believe Jordan Grace will be on SmackDown because she's a face. Once again, Netflix doesn't see the ROI in her because TNA, I mean, realistically, I don't know what their streaming numbers are. I don't know what their subs are. I don't know. Yeah, but no, I was looking at that there. I mean, I don't know what TNA subs are for their streaming platform, but their linear numbers are usually under 100,000 a week. Like literally, I've been watching those for a while because people keep predicting that TNA is going to be the number 2 show and all this other shit. Yeah, no, Grace is already done. She's going to work that one match in mid-January, and she's done and gone. Yeah, yeah. Hendry runs till the end of 2025. But I mean, realistically, if we're taking linear ratings seriously, yeah, Alexander is the wild card. I think he goes to AEW though. He's worked a lot of AEW matches. He's worked a lot of AEW competitors outside of TNA and in independent bookings. He's worked a lot of AEW competitors, and I think he wants a shot at Takeshita. I think Takeshita intrigues him. I think the story those two guys could tell intrigues him enough to make him want to go to AEW because that match he put on with Takeshita was just absolutely off the freaking chain, man. Yeah, no, Hendry's not going to be the number 30 entrant. I mean, that partnership with TNA is long since dissolved. It got dissolved, and the way you found out that was dissolved is they wouldn't even let Santino Marella have his gimmick. And as it is so old, that thing's got crusty, stale, like dead crackers hanging off of it. And they wouldn't let him have his gimmick. So WWE refused the gimmick pop. That tells me that their partnership is about over with. So I don't think you're going to see Joe Hendry in a main roster debut anywhere. They'll throw him around in NXT for a little while if they feel the urge, if they still have a partnership. But and TNA would be advised not to do that because they have. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing too. Or if Alexander goes to New Japan, it opens the door back up for AEW. I mean, it's. You've got so many more options out there if you make that move. And I think a lot of wrestlers are starting to wake up to that. They're like, I can go to CMLL. I can go to New Japan. I can go to AEW. I can draw a bag from any one of those three and work all three at the same time. I mean, they're going to have title shots. I mean, look at Willow walking around with a CMLL Women's World title just to see how she carried it. I mean, you got all kinds of training ground. You got all kinds of proving grounds. You've got all kinds of stuff there. AEW, New Japan, CMLL is just the way to go. And if you're a female, throw Stardom in there. Any one of those 4 promotions, or just for shits and giggles, you can go to Progress if you like Brits. You know, I mean, it is what it is on that. It really seriously is what it is. So I think Alexander's going to AEW, either AEW or New Japan. I'm calling that because you can work interpromotionally between the 3. And it just opens up way more things. Yeah, well, no, Rev Pro, I think they stay away from Rev Pro because Rev Pro is so deep into the WWE's radar that a lot of the independent wrestlers have stopped working Rev Pro. That's why they threw that article out there outing WWE, just to let everybody know that they weren't a team player per se, but they're still in WWE sites. WWE wants Rev Pro so bad they can taste it. Which is part of what this European tour is all about. By the way, in case y'all don't know, the reason that attendance tends to suck so bad, and these are the conversations nobody has in the spaces and everything, WWE has a 5-month no-compete clause, and that's front and back. So they're going to work this European tour, and they're basically going to starve Rev Pro out. That's exactly what this has got to do. Y'all didn't sign with us. Y'all didn't do the partnership, and you outed us. Okay. We'll just take that contract we got, and we'll work most of Europe, and we'll just fuck you over. I mean, that's basically what's getting ready to happen with that Road to WrestleMania tour they're doing. And those are facts. That's not shitting on the company. That is actually projecting what they are doing. That's just being honest. And if you're a bit, whoa, Jey Uso just caught something. Now, I will say that. Tama Tonga, that was a nice, I got to say, the Tama Tonga move that he just did, I'm impressed. That's good. Yeah, she holds that Rev Pro title, and I think that's what they're going to put on Mercedes. But at the same time, you know, I know they will. Stampede. I know they're going to survive, but I know that's what WWE's on tour doing right now. They're burying most of their venues for the next 10 months. So, I mean, that's basically what WWE's doing in response to them outing them. So I think they'll be fine, but I think they're going to be hurting for a little while financially because there's going to be a lot of locations they're used to booking that they're not going to have access to for the rest of the year, basically. Because everything on that WWE tour is off limits 5 months in front and 5 months after. And that's most of the cities that Rev Pro likes to work. I picked that out real quick. When I saw that Road to WrestleMania tour, I'm like, oh, that's what they're doing. So we had 3 hip attacks in a row on Jacob Fatu, and he's still moving. That should actually be your first clue. Suicide dives for everybody. And Jimmy Uso's probably going to be the one that eats the pin in this one. Or maybe not. He kicked out solid from that, too. You're right, though, Stampede. Mini Shirakawa does hold that Rev Pro title. I'm just consistently concerned for their well-being. I'll put it that way. Out of everybody in the British Strong Style movement, I am more concerned for them than I am Progress or anybody else. Progress is still keeping to those little venues. Damn, what a... That's correct. A man that big should not be able to move like that. We're almost at 70 viewers. Let's see if we can get it over 70 here. We got 4 minutes left. That's usually when all of y'all show up. I appreciate everybody that makes it in here, but yeah. They actually have worked a match longer than the totality of wrestling on some Raw shows tonight. shout out to them. That's what I like seeing. I can't really sit there and complain about not getting enough wrestling, and I know good and well they put it out tonight. Oh, I know they do. Yeah, I know they do, Stampede. Almost count of 3. And here comes the wild card, Drew McIntyre, who basically hates everybody in the ring. So here comes your Dairy Queen. Yep, that's what we're doing. Uh-oh. It's game over here. And not enough for 3. Oh, well, he was legal. Spear. But Fatu's not the legal man in the ring. And Sammy unable to make the save. Oh, no. Yeah, I know what you mean, Stampede. I know. Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. Question is, though, we'll see. We'll see. We will definitely see on that. But the new bloodline picks up the win on the OG bloodline, I guess. If that's what are we calling it, the OG bloodline? Is that what we're calling it? Well, like I said, though, right after this show right now, Cabalen TV be ready to go here in about 10, 15 minutes. They're going to bring you those facts, data, statistics. They're going to hold somebody accountable for it, and they're going to bring you one of the best reviews that you will find on the internet anywhere, because their reviews are good, guys. You know, it is what it is. And, yeah, it looks like the show's getting ready to come to a halt here, and so will this one here. But don't worry, I'll be back at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for Wrestle Kingdom 19 from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and we will be here for that whole show. And then we'll be back for, Collision tomorrow night and Wrestle Dynasties tomorrow night. Yeah, I'm getting them confused. I got so much stress on me, Stampede. You know how that goes sometimes. But, live on Raw. We're having the Women's World Championship. We've got Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre. The first stop on John Cena's farewell tour is Raw live on Netflix. And I guess they got an overrun. CM Punk versus Seth freaking Rollins. And we will be here to do a live watch along of Raw on Netflix. All right, and there's the credits for it, and I am getting ready to bounce right up out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, and all points in between, I do appreciate everybody that's here, because we don't discriminate unless you come in here and try to disrupt the stream. Then I go ahead and pack you up. But other than that, we don't discriminate. We appreciate everybody here. We have some good conversations. We don't always agree, but we're not jackasses about it either. So we don't always agree on stuff, and that's fine. That's great. See, as you can see, nobody gets cooked. Nobody gets anything. We just talk it out, and we see what goes on. You know, but I appreciate everybody that's been here. We got 68 viewers. I will definitely be back at 3 a.m. Eastern Time to do the New Japan Pro stream. But in the meantime, I am going to try to catnap a little bit in between all this that I am doing. I want everybody to have a good evening, and I'll see some of y'all back at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'll see all of you, but I'll see some of you, and that'll be cool, and we'll have a good time then. But for now, for this moment in time, I need to step out and rest myself a little bit and get ready for this next one. So I would just like to say to those who will not be here at 3 a.m., good night, God bless, and good night, America, wherever you are. I'll see you at 3 a.m.